we're live.
Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the Friendzone podcast. I am Cody, who is just here. I am joined here today with the host of the podcast, Connor.
Yes, sir.
And the editor, Kyle. But guys, we have a very special guest today. We have the person who is the host of the It Is What It Is podcast, and the sexy bastard himself, Turbo.
What's up, you sexy bastards? How you doing?
I mean, not too bad. All things considered.
I'm very, very happy to be on the. I gotta just tell you, I probably been a guest on. I want to say maybe you could probably put it on one hand, probably 3, 4 podcasts I've been a guest on. This is very, very. I'm very excited to be on, my friends. I'm so used to the one being like getting the guest on, getting them all together, trying to get the top. So every time I'm on a podcast, I feel very comfortable. I actually feel, because when I'm doing my podcast, it's like, okay, half the time, you guys probably know from experience, it's like you have no clue. Like when you hop off the call, you're like, what did we even talk about? It's like so many things you talk about, you don't remember one thing you said. So I'm very happy to actually have it all sizzle in and have a great combo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. A lot of times when I'm thinking of like thumbnail ideas, I'm like, what did we talk about? So I got to go back and listen through and make sure I
just want to ask this one thing before we get into the meat and potatoes. How did you guys pick the name The Friend Zone? Is it from bad history of situations? Or what happened?
Okay.
Well, we were we had a group of names, and this one was one of them. Cody made it, and we picked. Well, Kyle's had a lot of experiences from this, haven't you, Kyle?
Yeah, we could say it's a combination of the two, of past experience and
We've
just
all been there. It's
brainstorming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Connor, thanks for the shout out, by the way.
You're welcome.
Fuck yourself.
You're welcome.
We're just like, we all gotten friend zoned at one point. So
listen. It all happened at one point in your life. It happened. Mm-hmm. But at this point, you got to say, hey, maybe she's a slut now. So that's all you got to think about.
Mm-hmm.
That's all
For sure.
Very true. Very true. So, Turbo, you have been killing it on YouTube lately.
Thank you, man.
I'm just personally saying this. I've been watching you for about over a year now. I get 3K.
Crazy.
3K. It was right. I found you before first Z for C.
Yeah.
And
yes.
Just seeing you grow, I just want to say congratulations, brother. You deserve it.
Thank you, man.
Put so much effort into your videos, and you just put a smile on everybody's face. I think Kyle can agree.
Oh yeah.
With this, I don't know if Connor has watched your content, but
you
should, Connor. Okay, I was just making sure. But
Lord, exclude me.
I'm just saying,
make me look bad.
Okay, I'm not trying to be like that, but no, you just bring a smile to everybody's face. And I just want to say once again, congratulations on all the success.
Thank you.
You deserve it. And you're also coming up on episode 100 of the
Yes.
It Is What It Is
Damn, what
podcast.
an achievement, dude.
Yes.
It's crazy. We started the podcast. Well, first of all, thank you, and second of all, the podcast, the Israel's podcast, we started it out. We started it back in 20. I should get these dates for when we do the podcast. I can have the stats, but we started it 2018 going into 2019. It was like around that February of 2018. We're in World War II. DLC's coming out. And we started it, and we were doing the same thing that you guys are doing it right now at this point, where you have the overlays on screen and stuff like that. And we start pretty much Zombros was our inspiration of what we started to do, what we wanted to do a podcast for. And when we started, it was me, Near Die, and then we added on Jack the Bus. It was by now we thought, okay, I'm probably gonna kill Near Die. I'm gonna get sick and tired of Jack the Bus. You guys probably get that sometimes where you just like you can't stand one another. Or I don't know how many number of episodes you're on, but trust me, when it gets to almost 50, you're gonna be like, I can't fucking stand this Connor kid. I fucking hate him. Can't fucking stand him.
We can't stand Cody already. So.
So you know exactly what I'm talking. So
exactly, yeah.
100 episodes. I mean, we never ever thought we would have the guests we had on, and also the longevity, because it's hard work, as you guys know. So keeping it fresh every week, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Yes.
We got like we do a podcast, like trying to do like 3 a week, and we have guests for 2 of those.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And
3 a week.
Yeah, we're trying with it, but it's very difficult sometimes with our schedules.
We're running low on guests. Let's just say that. We're running low on guests.
We got like
and that's not a problem at all, guys. Let me tell you, you guys. In the beginning, I think it's the best to establish your own personalities on a podcast without a doubt right away, because when you start to get guests on a lot more and you begin to say, okay, you know what, because like when we ran into the problem of me and Jack thinking we're hot shit, let's have on these guys, we would want a guest on every single week, and then you start to get burned out, because then you're like, okay, are we gonna repeat a guest? Are we gonna have this guy on 3 times in this week? Like, oh my god, like what the fuck, what's gonna happen here? So and I think it's the best for you guys to, what you're doing right now is to have, you're doing it 3 times a week and establishing your own personalities, so when you do have a guest on, they feel like, right now I see the way you guys flow and it's great, and when you guys have guests on, it will be easier, much easier when you guys establish yourselves first.
Okay, yeah, I say thank you for that.
The information.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're in from an expert here, guys.
Oh, but I ain't Joe Rogan. Let's take it easy. If you want Joe Rogan's, I honestly look at our episode 100 and I'm like, wow, they've been doing this for a long time. He's on 1,000 something. I'm like, are you out of your mind? He started way back in like 2013.
Yeah, before podcasts were cool too.
Yeah, he was doing. He had the his first sponsor was the Fleshlight. That's how far back. Like, you think the Fleshlight would now want to sponsor? You think YouTube would say it's okay to have a sex toy be a sponsor? But hell no. So he's been doing it way back when you would just have, like, I think it was before Twitch was called Twitch. What was Twitch called?
Oh.
Justin TV, I think.
Yeah,
it was called.
Justin TV.
Yeah, he was doing it on there before he started doing it on YouTube and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy. 1,000, and he's from 2013 to 2020. That's a lot of dedication right there.
I'm gonna say that to Jack, and I'm gonna say that Saturday. I'm like, we think we're doing it a long time now. We still got 999 episodes to go.
Yeah.
That's crazy. 7-year span, 1,000 episodes. That is insane.
Wow. And it's crazy because you watch like one of his episodes now when he's in the thousands, and there's no lack of content. There's no lack of conversation. It's not even like, it's like he's doing it for the first time. Like, I obviously has the experience, but he's doing it for there's never like a dull moment, I guess. So he's obviously perfected the craft.
But hell yeah,
for sure.
It just comes with time and experience, is what it is. Yeah, I say from just like with YouTube in general. Like I saw Turbo, you did a video a couple of days ago of going back to watching your Shadows Evil video
yesterday. Yeah.
Yes,
I watched that.
Say, guys,
That's
go
crazy.
check that video out.
Yeah,
that was an experience. That was weird hearing my. Listen, I get a ton of comments now saying, "Turbo, you sound like a girl." I get it now. I get it. Look, watching that video, I get it. I definitely could have been Vanessa Hudgens in High School Musical. I could have definitely taken her spot.
No, but that just shows like time and dedication. Like I did that where I reacted to one of my first videos, and holy shit, I could not stick to multitasking with doing a live commentary and playing the video game in general. I would just like dead silent for like a good 2 minutes in it.
I listen. I remember what you guys. It was probably an eye opener for you too. It was probably like, wow. Like I thought that at one point I thought that video was great. Like you think back and you're like, holy, it's definitely an eye opener. It is.
Yeah, it definitely shows that with sticking with something, that with time and dedication, it'll eventually work in your favor, and you will see growth in it. So yeah, it's nice to see yourself grow. I always like to go back and look at the beginning and just see I have grown and I have gotten better at doing some stuff compared to like back then when
and you know what you're saying, right? And you know what you call it. A lot of people in that video even saying, like in the comments, they were like, wow, I can't believe, like, because at that time, it's funny that at that video, you probably heard me say artificial gaming, and I don't know if you guys know the back history of the channel. It was a clan channel from Advanced Warfare. Before Advanced Warfare, I wasn't even involved because this channel, which is now to my channel, it was a clan channel, artificial gaming, and my friend Vinny Boombots, and my man Matt. He was they were Clan Officer Gaming, and I remember I wasn't even a part of it. And I tell Matt, I told Matt, and I still, it's funny. I still tell him, I'm like, do you remember that time when we got an Xbox One party, and I was trying to convince you because I had to convince him to join the channel. If he would have said no to me joining the clan at that time, there would probably be no. Well, there definitely would be a channel, of Turbo, but it wouldn't have had that, because I'm a big believer in everything happens for a reason. If I would have just had a channel, I started it up, it wasn't that channel. I feel like I wouldn't have learned what I learned. I wouldn't have been a part of them. The collabs wouldn't have happened. And Advanced Warfare was Artificial Gaming, so it was me, Vinny, and Matt, and then going all the way to Black Ops 3. And yeah, so in that video I say Artificial Gaming, and I wasn't going back to what you were saying about what the topic is. It's like, when you say it's crazy how much you grew, take some subscribers out of the mix. Take that, just think about the quality. At that video, like you said, I couldn't multitask for nothing. There was editing in that video. If I would have showed the full 20 minutes of me reacting, there was some parts where in the original video I was just like, okay, there's a gobblegum machine there. 5 seconds go by. Oh, that's cool. 10 seconds go by. Oh my God, John! I had no clue how to talk to the audience, how to talk to the 10 people watching at the time. So when you say grow, I feel a lot of people just think that's in the number wise. No, think about it as quality wise, being able to grow as a person on YouTube.
The maturity of the content overall.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with you on that. Yeah, it's just amazing on how from day one to now, anything. Stuff like that. But yeah, Turbo, so got any new something spicy coming to the channel in the future? So what are your plans right now?
Well, the quarantine ain't helping nothing. For any of us. The quarantine has really got me stuck on making majority zombies, like in-game content. So the Last Man Standing series with Tim, that's season 1's over. So we're waiting to get season 2 up and going again. And even without that, even when the Last Man Standing was going on, the content I'm just making, it's mostly custom zombies. I'm trying to make that spice up, because I'm a big believer, and I always got to add the turbo twist. I can't just go into a custom zombies game and just say, okay, here's the box, here's the blah blah blah. I gotta at least have some great commentary, comedic relief, and stuff like that. And I remember before the world started falling apart, I remember telling my mom, I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna buy a basketball, because even before this, if you go back on the channel and see, I was doing vlogs. I started the vlogs up again. My friends were doing a challenge series on Vinny's channel where we would just do these crazy, like we got the last dab from Hot Ones, and we were eating hot sauce with chicken and stuff. Like, it was really, really, really this quarantine put a halt to what I wanted to do. But in the future, I just have a ton of skits. I have a ton of, even if it is with zombies videos, like I have these I have these ideas that include Call of Duty Zombies, but it's just like I want to include more of IRL twist into them. But with this quarantine, I'm ready to just put a camera on a stick and keep it out there and have my mask and gloves on and just take the risk. But I mean, but not anything specific. I mean, we still got the podcast going. That's good. Thank God, I didn't do a IRL podcast. I told Jack, I was like, you see, all these IRL podcasts, these comedians stuff they do, they got to stop having guests. They got to stop doing it. I'm like, thank God you and me chat on Discord, because if we were doing an IRL one, we would have to stop the podcast and stuff. But I mean, yeah, I just have a ton of skits, a ton of like sketches I want to do. Go back to like the roots. A lot more comedy stuff on the channel, vlogs. But yeah, this quarantine gotta go.
I know. Yeah. So with that, so are you still doing the like stand up comedy? Were you still doing that, or?
Yeah, what'd you call it? Not a lot of people know this, but I wanted my main goal is to be a stand up comedian, and I did my first ever stand up spot this year. Actually, it was at a college of Staten Island, and that stopped now. Of course, everything stopped, even the big comedy clubs. But it's actually hard for me because you have to be 21 to be able to go into
Damn.
the comedy clubs. And I am ruthless. I call them, I DM them on Insta, like the clubs, and I'm like, you can have someone watch me. I'm just gonna go on stage, leave, but that they have the liquor license. God forbid anything, they'll get the liquor license taken away because I'm the rage. It's very hard to actually get stand-up spots. But after this quarantine, usually every Wednesday the open mic is for the college, and I don't even go to that college. So like, I just walk in thinking who I am. I sit down, I sign my name up, and they're like, and I put Turbo down. I don't give a fuck. I put Turbo down. So the first time I went, the MC was looking at the paper. She goes, Turbo? I'm like, yeah. What's up? Hi. And then I just go on and say, but yeah, no, still working on stand up. I'm writing here and there, but less frequently now. It's like, it's hard to be very creative in these times. But yeah, that's still the goal.
Well, that's awesome, man. Hope that really pans out for you.
Yeah, no,
it does. Yeah. I hope so too. It'd be cool.
Because watching
I'll buy a ticket.
Yeah, damn, we'll all go out there. But
Yeah, you get a show. What you let us know, Turbo. We'll fly out there and we'll.
That the exactly what you're saying there. And that, first of all, I will definitely let you know when a show is in your area. However, that's exactly what I mean by why I'm doing YouTube. I probably said it a ton of reasons on the podcast. I do this now. I just because one, still love Call of Duty Zombies. Still, of course, I want to do YouTube because I want to do it. However, I have a much bigger goal in mind. Now, I'm not just the ordinary zombie YouTuber or whatever YouTuber you want to call it in the community. I am, I tell a lot of people, and this is why I feel like a lot of people should actually have their goal on YouTube is don't just try to do YouTube for like a specific goal within YouTube. I have a much bigger goal. When I see a ton of comments saying, and it's starting to happen more frequently now when it's especially with the collabs with Tim Hansen, when it's like why don't you have this many subs, why don't you have that many, but why you deserve this, you deserve that. But I tell people, one, it's just my time will come, and two, I'm not doing YouTube just so I can get a sponsorship deal or a control free code. That's not my thing. My main thing is to grow a fan base, to have people, one, watch my content, laugh their ass off, be entertained from 000 to the end of the video. And I that's my main goal with anything I do. That's why, even when I do custom zombies, the big thing that actually broke me out and gave me my big breakthrough was not just being the ordinary zombie YouTuber, adding that comedy into the videos, doing series where I don't have to be in game to do something. I can actually just have footage on the screen here and there, but still use and grow my comedic muscle that I can't do on stage right now because I'm not 21. But like my COD Zombie Stereotypes video, when I'm stereotyping the characters, I gotta write for those. I gotta kind of like say beforehand, how can I, if I was on stage and Nikolai was in the crowd, how would I heckle him? Like, how would I really break him down? So that goes by the goatee, and maybe he's a time traveler. He probably smells like bullshit. Like, it's a ton of things where I gotta think comedically. And yeah, no, this is the big thing why I'm doing YouTube now is to, one, grow a fan base. So when I do start doing stand up, oh shit, that's Turbo, and then once I start doing stand up, I'm definitely posting it on the channel. So in one of the vlogs I posted like a small snippet of my first ever when I was on stage, and that first ever footage I'll post that when I'm at 100K. That footage will go out because that sucked. My first footage, the laughs I got in that small clip of the vlog that I did, I think it was the watermelon vlog I did. I put a small snippet of my first ever stand-up in there, and the small laughs you hear in there, that's the most I've got. So that's the main goal right now, is to just do YouTube and to grow a fan base that gets entertained not just by the footage, gets entertained by Turbo, me. Mm-hmm. So but yeah. Yeah,
well, that's good. You're in it for the right reasons. That's awesome.
That's a big thing too, especially when you live it's Audacity, being involved in the zombies community. That's a big thing that you see in the community, especially all around YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, wherever it may be. A lot of people are in it for the wrong reasons. Yeah. They're in it for the money. They're in it for the clout. They want to have that specific number in front of their name, and it's sad to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
And
is.
especially with like today, like I'm going with like you're throwing your own little curve to your videos with the zombies and everything. You can't make it on YouTube by just doing the same old videos that everybody is that all the big stars have
Yeah.
made it off of. Just by you doing the same thing that they do, you gotta throw your own twist to it. You gotta do something
Anybody
different.
can be a Mr. Raffles today. Anybody could be a Mr. Dollar JD, you know. Anybody can be, you know, anybody can make a shield tutorial. Anybody can make, you know, anybody can make ranking maps from 1 to 10. Anybody can do that, you know. But if you would, but if you really want to do those videos, and I get a ton of DMs every day saying, biggest advice to when you're starting YouTube, first of all, is just starting YouTube in 2020. Of course, a lot more competition. It's a lot harder. However, you can still do whatever the hell you want to do, but you gotta be yourself. You gotta be unique. Don't be fake. That's the one thing I say. The main thing you hear is the consistency, the algorithm. Fuck that. Fuck yourself if that's your main fact. Algorithm and consistency. Yes, be consistent, of course, you know, make videos, you know, of course have a schedule, but you gotta be unique. You cannot be fake. I read people, like, this is one thing I even said on my ZW, trying to get into ZW when I was my ZWI submission video. I even said, you know, being from New York, you deal with so many personalities every single day. And in the zombies community, you could probably vouch for me, there are a ton of personalities in the zombies community.
Yes.
There's the people who think their shit don't stink. There's the people who there's leakers in the community and they think they're hot shit because they're bringing you false at narratives. You know, like it's a ton of people where, you know, I can see right through the bullshit. You know, I have a this year was a big year for me in sense of finding who I want in my inner circle, you know, who I want to be involved with. You know, I joined your podcast. I get asked to go on many podcasts, but however, there's some I say no to because I know they're asking me for the wrong intentions. I know they're asking me just so they can ask me about shit that I don't want to talk about, or it's drama related stuff, you know? So it's like, I this year was a big year for me to say, okay, who actually cares about their craft? Who actually cares about what they're doing? And my circle got way smaller, you know, in 2020. However, it's something you got to do.
For sure.
I agree with you 100% on that. Yeah, just and going on with what you were saying about YouTube and everything, like the zombies community, I agree with you 100%. You like just going into like Discord calls or seeing like people's content, you can just tell who they are, what they're like, and then like I've seen it in people in videos, they act a certain way, and then as soon as
you're asking to sub and like, I'm sorry to cut you off, but if you're asking to sub and like in the first 5 seconds of your video, sputtily, but it's like you're basically saying you're showing your true colors at that point. You really are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Yeah, it's just like I hate it how people will go. When the record button's on, they're a certain way, and as soon as the record button's off, they're completely different. No, you need to show your true colors in your videos. You need to show the people who you truly are, which is what I really 100% like about you, Turbo, is you're so positive and energetic and just trying to put a smile on everybody's face on and off the camera.
Yeah,
when we were in Discord calls before, like Z4C and stuff like that, and with that, you were just cracking jokes and just making everybody laugh, and you do that in your videos, which is one thing I really like about you, is that you show your true colors on and off the camera, which is something that not a lot of some people do. A lot of people out there, they act completely different on camera than when they are off camera, which is one thing I really like about you.
Yeah, and that's exactly and that exactly goes back to what I was saying with, like, I'm not doing this for a, you know, what you call, I'm just saying this for example because you saw it on Twitter today, which is, I'm not saying it bad whatsoever, but like I'm not doing this for a G Fuel sponsorship. I'm not doing this for, you know, oh, I gotta watch what I say because control freaks might not like it. Like I have the bigger picture in mind. I have a bigger picture where I want to be on stage one day and then somebody, like, for example, if you ever come up to me and say, hey, it's Audacity for me to be, oh shit, what's going on, man? I want, people don't even know this, but you know, there's in stand-up comedy, for right now, I'm an open micer. When you're an open micer, what fans do you really have? No one knows you. You're trying to grow your fan base. That's what it means to be an open micer. You sign your name on a piece of paper in the club. You get your name called. You go up. You do your 5 minutes, and that's it. You go home. If you bomb, you bomb. If you do good, you do good. But you gotta work your way up. And the thing is, I'm trying to say is I'm way ahead of them already in the game. I already have a fan base that, not even like you guys, which is funny, but like I get like these comments saying, oh, whenever you're in Texas, let me know. I'll go to one of your shows. First of all, that'll be years to come when I'm actually have my own show where I can be like, oh yeah, I got my own tickets. That'll be a way long time to go. However, that's very heartwarming because that's already me being ahead of the game of the other stand-up open micers in the world, and that's my main goal is to and people ask me sometimes too, like, if that is your main goal, why are you doing mainly zombies? Because that's what I still enjoy doing. You never should go away on what you enjoy doing, and the fact that I am getting that point across with zombies content, then I have to be doing something right with it,
Yeah, for sure. It shows.
Yeah, because like a lot of zombies YouTubers, like when BO4 came out, left.
Yeah, they put all their eggs in one basket.
Yeah, it's some of them left for some reasons, but some of them left because the money was like they didn't see the views coming because the game wasn't it. Mm-hmm. But just like sticking through with this, like I tried to produce the best content I could, but it's difficult. Like people don't realize it. It's difficult trying to come up with content that is not ordinary and is not just the same stuff, which is it's very hard, which I've come to the point now with me where I'd rather post one video a week over a video every single day because it's something different than everything else, than everybody else's.
Mm-hmm. It's something that you're proud of.
Mm-hmm. And I think Kyle has a question he wants to ask you, Turbo, here about some music.
Oh, yeah. So, we know that you're a huge Queen fan. And I myself am also a Queen fan. Probably not as big as you on any scale. But I have this question. If there were to be only one Queen song, every other Queen song gone, besides one, what one would you pick?
All right, well, I'm gonna give you another answer besides Bohemian Rhapsody because that would be my answer. Bohemian Rhapsody, like, come on, you gotta go with the main one. However, Don't Stop Me Now.
Yep, that was my pick.
One, and that Don't Stop Me Now too is a song where I usually end my streams with, and two, Don't Stop Me Now. Like, come on, it's in the name. Like, no one can stop me. Come on, motherfucker, come on.
Yeah.
Don't stop me now.
Yeah, it just slowly rises and brings you up.
Now, are you one of these Queen fans that saw the movie and you're like, Rami Malek, oh my god? Or were you always a fan of their music?
I've always been a fan of their music beforehand. I did see the movie and I didn't mind it. It was okay.
I get what you mean. Me being a very OG, like not OG, but like a fanatic of Queen. I saw the movie too, and they got a lot of stuff wrong. However, I understand it had to be for a movie.
Yeah.
Like it was, at the end of the day, it had to be entertaining. It was for like one thing. I'm not even sure if you guys saw the movie. I'll just debunk it right now. We Will Rock You was not made during the Another One Bites the Dust era. We Will Rock You was made in 1977. Another One Bites the Dust was made in 1981, and they were like, oh yeah. Let's say it this way: he did not have a mustache when We Will Rock You was made. Let's just put it that way. So when somebody's a fan watching it, and you're like, oh my fucking god, I know this isn't true. Mm-hmm. However, it is. He didn't know he had the disease when Live Aid happened, but once again, they had to probably fit it in. Blah 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 blah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, I would say Don't Stop Me Now.
Yeah, and to go along with that, like, yeah, I do understand it. It's a movie, and they had to put things in, and probably wouldn't put, like, they're doing it for the movie.
Yeah.
And
certain time frame they mean if they fit.
You can't fit
everything in. Yeah, it's extremely hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
it's
I could
so
also
fun.
see that as a fan of Motley Crue in when The Dirt came out on Netflix and stuff like that.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm one of those fans that watched the movie and became a Motley Crue fan. I'm one of those people. I
Oh
am.
yeah, like I like their music, but then like watching that because a lot of it I kind of knew a little bit of backstory on some of them, but not all. So when I watched the movie, it kind of boosted like my fandom basically on Motley Crue.
Yeah.
And it was,
No, I'm a
yeah.
big. I'm not a big Motley Crue fan, but I'm a good fan of Motley Crue now. Like I started listening to. I'm not like for Queen. I know I have their vinyls. I know their album songs. I only know Motley Crue's hits. Like their hits I know. Their album songs I really don't go into that
Yeah.
much. But yeah, no, like after watching that movie though and knowing they were wackadoos, they were just crazy. It was that was a great movie though, The Dirt.
Oh yeah, just showed like I had no idea that like how like, and the movie. I mean, it was Netflix, so they could get pretty raunchy in some of the stuff they were doing.
That is one thing that they really did good was they sold the movie to Netflix. Paramount got the Queen movie, I think it was, or
Yeah.
something like that. Like there was some times. Like, well, I know there was moments, of course, when Freddie Mercury was in a couple of gay clubs getting down with the Browner, from talking about, and like I would have loved to see that in a movie. Like, come on, let's get naked, let's do it, let's have a good time. But they had a chauffeur for 12-year-olds in that movie.
Yeah. I was just glad to see like it actually showed the true rock and roll like.
Yes.
That was the lifestyle. I mean, and especially Motley Crue, kind of they took it over the top. Obviously, not every rock band was like that, but
a lot of white powder in that movie.
Yes, sir, lots and lots.
Oh my gosh, I have not seen either of those movies.
You should.
Okay, I should.
Yeah, watch The Dirt first. Watch The Dirt to see like a real rock and roll movie, and then you should see how like very Disney-like they made the Queen movie.
It's just Paramount's been around ever since Hollywood started, and because I'm right now in college, I'm taking a Hollywood history course.
Oh wow!
And they actually got in trouble they had lawsuits against them because they were monopolizing the movie field. Which it's not happening anymore, but like they've been around so long,
and what does that mean, monopolizing
new
the
studios?
What does that mean, like monopolizing it?
Back then they owned all the movie theaters. So say you had Paramount or Disney made a film, Disney couldn't play their film in a Paramount movie theater. They owned it. They said no to which movies they played, only their own movies, and they used to sign actors. They had actors on contracts that only could do Paramount film.
This was probably back in like what, the 50s, 60s?
Yeah,
40s. Yeah.
I was gonna say it sounds like a time where like
it was right after silent films. So the 40s, 50s, and 60s. They were pretty monopolized.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Here.
Yeah, insane.
Yeah, I guess that's sort of the area where monopolization was around that time. Yeah, it makes sense if you go through history like that. Yeah, but I will definitely probably watch both of those movies, and then I don't know about Elton John's.
I didn't watch that one.
I haven't either.
I haven't watched that either. I heard it's actually good movie so they're best friends. Like they're Elton John and I forgot
Freddie Mercury. Oh
no, the guy who acted as Elton John in
I know you're talking about
Trevor. I can't think of his name, but they were best friends in real life.
Was it Trevor? I don't know if it was Trevor. I don't.
I can't
Here, I
remember
got
his
you
name.
guys.
Let me see. I got a Google machine in front of me. Let's see.
And he actually does concerts of Elton John songs because he's that good at singing them.
Damn.
Let's see. Who was the cat? Who was it? Where's the cat? Oh, Taron Egerton.
Taron
Egerton, whatever.
Yeah, that was his name. I knew it started with a T. I knew.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't get to see, and that movie I heard was very like sex, drugs, rock and roll, and
yes.
And it's so funny because like Queen was the first one to come out, and they were kind of like the test dummy of what they probably could have done, and then like all the other, and then Motley Crue, Rocket Man came out, and what you call it, and watching it, Rocket Man, I watched like 5 minutes of it. I don't know what I was doing that day that I stopped watching, but it was definitely I heard a lot more raw than Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, I think some of these movies that are kind of like the test dummies for, I guess, the band biopics, or however you want to genre them or whatever. But I hope, like, I'm a huge, like, my favorite band is the Rolling Stones, so I'm waiting for that Rolling Stones movie or something like that. They had, like, with the Beatles, they had like that Yesterday thing where everyone forgets about the Beatles.
I thought,
and I didn't.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't think Yesterday was that good. I thought it was kind of corny.
It was very corny.
If you're gonna make a Beatles movie, make a Beatles movie.
Like
don't make it. Oh, I hit my head. Where am I? No, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess the concept before, like, I saw the movie was kind of cool. I was like, oh, that might not be bad. But then it was just like, when I watched it, I'm like, this is very, like, not what I imagined it to be. That, and I also agree. Like, if you're gonna do a Beatles movie, it better be about the fucking Beatles.
Did you get into the Rolling Stones because Treyarch can't stop using Painted Black as a promotional song?
No, like, I'd say my freshman year of high school, when I was finding my favorite music and stuff, a lot of my friends and stuff were getting into, like, the current rap. And I don't necessarily like all the current rap.
Is
me
dog
either.
ass.
Yeah, no, I don't like it. Yeah, no.
I'm
with you. I'm with you, my
Classic
man.
rock. I found my tea, and that was classic rock. And ever since,
a lot of in our school though, like classic rock, a lot of the kids in our grade
football
liked it.
Football.
Yeah, football.
well, that's just because with I think that was more Chip than anything.
Yeah.
He is a Motley Crue, like, fanatic. The other day, this guy on Twitter, he's the coach of our old high school football team, and he got his whole family to dress up as, like, Motley Crue people, and then he posted it on Twitter, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, that same thing around, like, freshman year of high school. I started out because, like, I used to be still am, but at that time, freshman year of high school, I got big into, like, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, the Rat Pack, stuff like that. So I started listening to them, and then, like, I you know, the thing with the Queen, you always know Queen songs. You always heard them once in your life. Like GTA 5 used Radio Gaga as their promotional song, and then playing GTA, I'm like, what the fuck is Gaga Radio Gaga? Like, what the hell is this song? And I had no clue. And of course, another one, Bites the Dust. You always heard it, but you never knew it was Queen. We Will Rock You, We Are the Champions. Heard both of those at sporting events and stuff like that.
Or movies.
Yeah, and movies. And you never knew it was Queen if you didn't know the band. And when I started listening to, I don't know exactly. I think it was, if you guys watched on Netflix, Big Mouth.
Yes, Big Mouth is hilarious.
And Nick goes up to his attic where all the gay
with the ghosts
are, and Freddie Mercury. And you know what's so funny? I think it was that around Big Mouth when I was like, okay, who's Freddie Mercury guy? Because he was singing the song, I'm gay, so very gay. And I'm like, I gotta see who this Freddie Mercury guy is. And I the first video I watched is Live Aid of them. Yeah. And right then and there, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this guy has a voice of an angel. Like, I gotta see more of the and then we were and then in the Live Aid one Bohemian Rhapsody, I'm like, oh, I heard Galileo Galilei. Like, I heard that in like, Wayne's World. I heard that like in Wayne's World. Didn't know it was Queen though. And then of course We Will Rock You, We Are the Champions in Live Aid. And I'm like, this is Queen? I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, okay. And then when you start getting to more songs, you're like, another one bites. That's them. Like that was the main thing I said all the time listening to Queen. Like, that's them.
Once you figure out like Freddie Mercury's voice and like what band he was in, you instantly hear the song and you know that's Queen because he had such a different voice.
A distinct voice.
A ton of people.
A big radio song. You're My Best Friend. That's Queen, but you would never think a song like You're My Best Friend. That's such a light rock song. Like, wow, like damn.
Like
That's why I also love Queen too, because you can't put them in one bag. You can't put them in heavy metal. You can't put them in, soul. You can't put them in blues. They did it all.
Yeah, they're their own thing. They've definitely mastered. They could do some of their songs that they're mastering like a bunch of different genres all at one time. Like it's not just they're not. Yeah, you can't put them into one genre of music for sure.
And I don't want to make this a very corny connection, but since I am a very big Queen fan, Freddie Mercury. The reason why I put a Freddie Mercury image up after every video, if you see my outros, every video there's a Freddie Mercury picture that says "Good words, good thoughts, good deeds," and that's exactly what I run by. And Freddie Mercury's a huge role model of me because, like I just said, we were saying how like they're on one thing. I really am inspired by that for my YouTube channel. Like, if you come to my channel, and this of course, without the quarantine, you can't. If you were to look at my channel, you really couldn't put me in one bag, but even when I do zombies content, it's kind of like comedy content in the sense of I'm just using Call of Duty Zombies into that. I'm doing vlogs. I play GTA. There's there's I do podcast. Stuff. I do the podcast. So you can't really put my channel under one bag. So that's a main thing. Anytime I do art, I have my man Zwenik. Shout out to Zwenik. Anytime I make my man Zwenik do something for me with art, I tell him, don't give it a zombies feel. Don't do the ordinary. Don't add a PNG of Samantha. Or don't add Rick Toffin holding a somebody. I don't want that. I'm like, don't add a zombie. Like my logo at first, the hand holding the controller of the lightning bolt. At first, it was a zombie hand. I was like, get that out. No. I will send you a picture of my pale ass skin. I'm like, use that for example, because I don't want it to all be zombies. And that's one thing I also. I look around the zombies community and I'm like, okay, I use them as examples of what not to be, because just like Queen and Freddie Mercury, I want to be known as that person where you're just coming from me. You're coming to see what the hell is Turbo doing today. If it's on GTA, what the hell is he doing? If it's a vlog, where the hell is he going? Like this summer, I really hope, listen, get a couple of jets. Let's get some Lysol. Let's spray it over the globe. I need to get out. I need to start making my skit. I can't be, listen, if I told Tim this, the big reason why I'm not in a lot of Tim Hansen regular zombie map videos because Tim, if I play custom zombies every week for another month, I'm jumping out of my window. Like that's why Last Man Standing is so unique, because it's just it's a challenge, it's competitive, and sometimes I forget I'm even playing zombies, so I probably die a lot. It's just I'm just more focused on the comedic conversation we have, the commentary. But yeah, so what you call it, that is a big, I just want to make the connection of how really Queen, if it wasn't for Queen, if it wasn't for Freddie Mercury and seeing exactly what he lived for and why he did what he did for a living, it, I have written down, so I look at it every day, you don't want the same thing. You don't have the same goals as them. You're doing this for a different reason. And he pretty much, he got told a ton of times in his career, like, like you'll never make it. You're trying to bring like drag into like rock, like the way they were dressing and stuff in the original day, like from the 70s. Like it will never work. And listen, at the end of the day, you just got to keep your head down and you got to keep pushing. That's exactly what they did and exactly what I'm gonna keep doing.
Reminds me a lot of Johnny Cash. He went He had a
Johnny
hard
Cash.
in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with dedication and pushing through, you will.
He became one of the best country singers of his time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Love Johnny. I'm not gonna lie to you. Mob of the Dead really woke me up to Johnny Cash with that what you call I'm gonna break my
Yes, I say Connor is a big country, like any older country. Connor is your man.
He's your go-to.
I'm not gonna lie, Connor. Country, I'd rather stick pin needles in my balls, Connor. than have to
Oh,
listen. I can enjoy my fair share of Johnny Cash and like other country, but if I have to hear, I'm in my boots and I got my tractor, gonna get my beer and go. Listen,
It's retarded country. That's today's country. I don't count that as country. That's not country.
He's older,
I'm
like
sorry, old school, man.
like Dolly Parton.
Yes.
Those- Okay.
like Brooks
okay.
and Dunn, Alabama.
Where you
Yeah.
guys?
George
Where are you guys from?
We're from Illinois.
It makes sense. Okay.
Yes. We're out in the middle of nowhere, Turbo. That's
Basically.
You drive down one of our roads. It's all you see is cornfields and timbers for probably 15 or more miles.
I'm very happy you say that because I got a ton of shit in one of the Last Man Standing episodes by telling Rabbit. I think it was in the Wonder Weapons one. I told Rabbit, I'm like, I can walk down my block. There's a McDonald's, there's a Subway, there's a Chinese restaurant, there's a post office, there's a bank. I don't have to get into my car and drive 15 miles for a bag of chips. I don't gotta do that. I can go down the block and boom, I got everything. I have a friend in Jersey. He's in bumfuck Jersey, where I went there for one weekend for a sleepover vacation. I saw a fucking bear. Okay, turbo and bears and wildlife. They mix. So when I go usually every summer. For like every summer besides 1 year, we go to all my friends, Matt, Vinny Bombats, all my friends. We go to a lake house in Pennsylvania. And when I tell you by the third day I'm ready to hitchhike home, I would walk home, I'm ready to do it because I need to hear. One of the things I even say on the original material I have for my stand-up is when I go to sleep, I gotta hear gunshots. I gotta hear someone getting stabbed. I gotta hear someone yelling, help! Like I need that. I need the noise. Like if I'm like the third day in Pennsylvania, I'm just sitting there. And my friend Matt's family, they're very white, if you know what I mean. They're very white. So they're, oh hi, how are ya? How you doing? It's a beautiful day to go on the lake. I don't want to go on the fucking lake, lady. I want to go on my lap. I need to see how my YouTube channel is doing. I want to make a couple of videos. Where's the Xbox? Let's go. What are we doing here, lady? I understand. I'll go on the lake for a couple of minutes. However, there's sometimes I need to go on my phone. If they see you going on your phone up there, why don't you just spend time in nature? Fuck nature, lady.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I say Turbo, with you, when you go to bed, do you still hear like traffic and all that around you?
Oh yeah, I mean I live in Brooklyn. It's not like Times Square where it's constantly beep beep beep. Like it's not that, but there's definitely a couple of cop sirens. There's the occasional cat getting raped. It's very noisy. However, but that's what what's like, for example, you probably were born there, so you guys are accustomed of that lifestyle. So of course, if I would have been born like in Jersey or whatever, even Staten Island, even if one over the Arizona Bridge, one small trip to Staten Island, I cannot stand. My sister lives there. Most of my family lives there. I cannot stand it because you walk outside. If I walk outside and all I see are trees and I don't have a tree house, it's not meant for me. I need to walk out. I need to walk outside and see a bum asking me for beer. Like I need to see it. I need to see it. I need my daily quota of 5 bums on the street. I need to see it. That's my quota. 5 a week.
That's insane.
I don't think I've seen a bum in I don't know how long.
There's like a couple places because
you guys gotta probably go to like a gas station or a rest stop to see one of those.
Not even those. Like it's on corners at restaurants, people asking for money, and then half the time you gotta think to yourself, oh, they could be just joking, because I've seen them where they have a good backpack, awesome sunglasses, and they're asking for money. It's like, oh.
Yeah, no, they're trying to hassle you.
Yeah.
That's the thing
What was it?
Especially in. I'm sorry, go on.
Sorry, I was just gonna say something. Our teacher, Mr. Ritt, told us a story how he saw a bum. He was on the corner. He was eating some food in a restaurant. He sees him walk to his fucking car, hop in, start it, and drive away. And it was a nice car.
Wow, no, you, and that's so funny. That's probably that's probably a story he told you. And he was like, I can't believe this happened. That happens almost on a daily basis for people like who live in Manhattan and stuff like that. Like if you like for example, most of the the skits and stuff. Of course, I do it in like the city because in Brooklyn sometimes some areas are quiet, but I go on one train and I'm in Times Square, where the big tree is in Rockefeller Center. I'm there like in one train ride. I'm there in like 25, 30 minutes, so it's very easy for me to go to that side of New York and see a ton of that. Like you see a ton of, homeless people who unfortunately there's some, of course, some unfortunately that are struggling, but then of course you see exactly what I was saying before, being, having that great third eye on YouTube, being able to see through the bullshit of people and being able to read them. Living in New York from the age of when I was holding my dad's hand or my mom's hand walking down the street to her saying, like, listen, if you're going to help them, just get them food. Never give them money. Never give them anything like that. Just give them food. Ask them if they're hungry. Ask them if they're thirsty. Because if you give them money, I guarantee you 95% of the people in New York would just go buy drugs. Just go buy drugs. Keep doing what they're doing. So anytime I do see a homeless person, it's always food. It's always, if you're hungry, what's going on? You need like, a blanket or something. It's always that. But yeah, it's in New York. I remember doing when I did Countdown to Christmas this year. I did a big video in the Manhattan during Christmas time, and during Christmas time, you got a bunch of scammers. Like you got a bunch of people walking like, we're tourists here, and we got scammed because they had like the 3-card Monty and stuff on the streets. Like, like you got to see a bunch of tourists like, we that you can't win from those games and we have no money to get back home, and they probably have a mansion in like Long Island or something. Like it's very, very easy to get scammed, like you're like that guy like you said your teacher saw. It's very easy to see people like that.
Yeah, it's crazy because out here you don't see much of that. So when you do see it around here, you got it.
What's the most action you get over there? Is it like mostly like, unfortunately, is it mostly like shootings? Is it mostly like what's the most action you get up there?
There's probably a shooting like once every 2 weeks, and that's normally in Rock Island.
And the Rock Island, that
sounds like a place you'd see shit happen. Rock Island.
Rock Island, yeah.
It definitely is. My mom worked at the hospital there, and they had some guy that they drove up in a car, threw the guy right in the doorstep of the hospital and drive off. And she went out there, and they had to pick him up, put him in a chair, and wheel him in.
That still happens?
Surprisingly.
I don't see those in like mob movies.
Sucking his ass too. So.
Oh my god!
It's a place.
World is a crazy place.
I might have to move there. I like that actually.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know if you want to move to Illinois, Turbo.
I was gonna say, if you do not live near Chicago, Chicago is.
I was just gonna ask, are you guys mostly near Chicago?
We're about 3 hours away.
About 3 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're in driving distance. We'll go up there sometimes, and it's just like
if you wanted to go to a Cubs game, how long would it take?
Oh my gosh, about 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty.
Dude, Cubs games, awesome. The whole experience.
Congratulations for finally winning a World Series at the 50,000 years.
Yeah, holy shit. It was definitely, they had to do it in fucking crazy ass fashion too. They couldn't keep it. They couldn't just 4-0 them and get it out of the way. They had to bring it to Game 7.
Do the White Sox still have fans, or they're just like they're still there?
They're just, it's like Cody on this podcast. They're just here, basically, for the most part.
Thank you, Kyle.
The White Sox.
I'm getting a lot of Cody bullying vibes. I guess this is the tone of the podcast.
Yes,
Cody?
There is a reason why my role in this in the Discord is I'm just here because I'm just in the corner over here, just.
Hey man, that's exactly how Jack is. Jack is the kid who's just he has to deal with me. That's Jack. He has to deal with me.
Yeah, it's all in good
pick
fun.
On anybody, just throw the shots at me.
He's used to it.
Yeah, but I say
you
every episode.
You need someone with thick skin, though. I like it. You need that type of variety. You need it.
Yeah.
Yes. I say, oh my gosh.
Yeah, Cody, he definitely gets his fair share.
Yeah,
for sure.
Cody's like, how do we transition from Rock Island?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I'm thinking of trying to say something without winding myself up for getting made fun of or something like that.
He's always on the
No.
lookout.
Yes, I gotta
So
watch what I say.
He
I
has
have
to
to watch.
definitely watch.
Yes, because it's like with Kyle's dad. Kyle's dad watches our podcast, and he was talking to Kyle about a new episode, like needing is there another episode? And Kyle's was like, yes. He's just like, fair warning, Cody gets like made fun of a lot, and his dad was like, isn't that every episode?
Yeah, that's fun.
That's
Oh
great
my
though.
God.
That's great. I love playing
That's- yeah,
fun.
we thought that.
Yo, Kyle's father, how you doing, my man? How you doing?
I like how it's gotten to the point where people know, like just by watching a few episodes, oh yeah, Cody's the one that gets picked on all the time. Cody's the one that the jokes are just flying right at him. I just love that. And then I will get the jokes so many times of, I'll be talking to some of my friends and be like, aren't you just here? And I'm like, this podcast stuff's already going into my life, and it's just.
Oh,
Cody,
it's
don't
always
worry.
fun though, Cody.
That's-
We
I
always.
was gonna say you need those narratives because, like, for just example, like you
gotta
need.
keep somebody interested. I mean,
Yeah, you need the narratives. You need to have fans watching the podcast and be like, oh, how much will Cody get the shit into the stick today? How will Cody get treated today? It's that was the one thing I tried doing with our podcast where it was like constantly having like the storyline of me like I'm Richard. Unfortunately it wasn't my doing, but like the storyline of like how I don't like during this quarantine. Listen, I shower when I want to shower. Okay, that's just how it is. Okay, who am I going out to impress? I showered yesterday. I probably showered yesterday. Before yesterday, it was probably a good 3-4 days. Okay, so listen, you need to grow that stench on your body during the quarantine. Who are you trying to impress? Susie down the block? She already got corona. You don't need to impress her already. You don't need to impress her. So you're fine as it is. And Jack always says, "Turbo, did you shower?" Like, no, Jack, no. You want to watch me? You want to watch me shower, Jack?
You should create one of those accounts on Twitter, like, when has Turbo showered, and just like tweet out every so often that you shower. Like, I don't know, do you follow EDP?
Oh, eat that for fun? Of course I do.
You follow his secondary Twitter account?
I don't have him on Twitter. I only watch him on YouTube.
He has a secondary account for when he.
Wait, what is it? I'll look it up right now.
He's like, I don't know what the name of it is, but it's like for when he jerks off.
Oh my!
He's like, he'd be like,
God.
I just got done wanking one. And I'm just like, oh my.
That's
That's
insane.
That's
that was that one original video is awesome when it's like my leg went completely numb.
Yeah,
he finally just got his play button.
Well, yeah, but not from YouTube though. He had to order one. He had to customize one. That's really I see a lot of people having that problem with YouTube now. They're getting very commercial, and I don't like it.
No, let's say
YouTube has changed. It's changed.
They have the milestone set. You hit 100,000 subs, you get a play button, or like
That's it. That's how it should be. That's how it should be.
You get 1 million, you should get the play button. You should get the 1 million subscriber. You hit 10 million, you should get the diamond. And I don't know if they're gonna keep doing like the 100 million one, which that it's very few people are gonna get.
The 100 million?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna say YouTube has become extremely PC. Extremely PC.
Somebody, you can take that anybody's stream or video for just not like I streamed GTA last Monday, and it was just somebody who probably just doesn't like me, and they falsely reported the stream for inappropriate content or something like that, and right away the email was like, nothing happens to your channel. So like, fuck it, I'll go live again. That's it. Who cares? So like, just the fact that you can so easily get taken down for a false thing just because YouTube doesn't want to deal with. Oh, it might be though. It might be like I don't care.
Yeah.
It really. At the end, I tell a lot of people, if you're just starting out or you have a channel that one isn't monetized yet, isn't you're not making, but I'm because I don't give a fuck. I tell everybody, I'm very transparent with people who I especially do YouTube. I make chicken scratch on ads alone. So that's why I add Queen songs in my streams. My main motto to this day is entertainment over monetization, because if you're going to be so concerned over the $2.70 that you could probably find on the floor than rather than make on ads, I don't care. You shouldn't care, and YouTube shouldn't care if you say the F word 5 times in an hour video. You know, I really, as long as you know the right intent. If it's a channel where, yeah, you see bullying, you know, the like the at the time, what was that kid's name who was getting who was like the bullying type of channel? Leafy.
Yeah.
If it's a Leafy type channel, then yeah. I feel like after that whole PewDiePie thing and then the Leafy that type of generation, YouTube got very scared. They didn't get cautious, they got scared because the ad companies, the companies didn't want to play ads anymore, and that's sad to see on that end. But I tell a ton of people, if you're just starting out, entertainment over monetization. Don't get scared of what YouTube might think or whatever. Just at the end of the day, it's what you it's the content you make, not how YouTube's gonna look at you. You know?
Yeah.
And then going with what you were saying about the ads, I remember seeing it a couple years ago where there was a video of a terrorist group beheading someone on.
Yes, and that had ads on it. Yes,
it had like
Coke
was
and Coke immediately was like, no, we are not gonna, no, we're done with this. We're pulling. You cannot put our ads up there anymore.
The adpocalypse. Yeah, it was.
That's when like all this started.
Crazy.
Where, yeah, and then now you have to go through like the set. Like YouTube has completely changed from when I started a channel up a while ago. Like I'd say 2014, 15, and just seeing like the YouTube studio. Like, and what you have to do to post a video compared to what it was before is crazy.
Yeah, do you have the thing now where you have to like click if it's like light profanity or something like that? Like dude, I always click light profanity, but then everything after that's like nudity. No. The only thing I click is light profanity because I'm not gonna lie, it is, and I'm like, at the end of the day, it's like, did we really get to this point? At the end of the day, yeah, I mean, if they wanted to implement that for a reason, I get it. But as we all know, if we're all smart and we know exactly just like that incident happened, we all know why they're taking these precautions. And also, what was another thing where I was looking through old DMs from Jack for the podcast, and I saw a screenshot he sent me a long time ago where it was like, if YouTube doesn't like the content on that stream or something, or if the content goes against the terms of service and you get a bunch of super chats, all those super chats go to that company, go to them or something like that. So like it just doesn't make sense. Like they're not running their company with great intentions. They're doing it to be safe for their own stock and their own, comfortability. Then they were originally. Remember the old YouTube? You would click on it. YouTube for the creators. I don't think you can see a word of saying that anymore.
Nope.
I don't think you can. They are definitely not for the creators anymore. They're really no matter how many fucking Markiplier ads they make, or no matter how many because they have these, like, if you go on YouTube, like, and they say, there's always those things that pop up like, watch this video to learn how to make thumbnails or whatever the fuck, like that guy, like, hi, I'm Greg from YouTube, like they have all those clean cut guys, like, like they're not for the creators. They're not. There's this one kid who's a gamer, and he's sponsored by YouTube Gaming, where if I hear a person, well, this is my opinion, where this is the content I don't like, where, like we were talking about in the beginning about reading people and seeing how they're just like that when they're on camera, where it's like, hey guys, I'm Carl. Today we're gonna be talking about the ad revenue. If I hear that type of tone, if you're not voice acting for Frozen 3 and you sound like that, I'm not watching you. I'm sorry. It doesn't ring a bell. And there's a ton of, like, for example, like, I remember I always fuck with my friend who had a channel a long time ago, where of course I know him from real life. I know him and I know how he acts. This kid was like he was a ball breaker. He's just, he's a crazy kid. And then he made a YouTube channel. Like, this is a while ago, going way back, 2012. And he made a YouTube channel, and he would be like so clean. And I remember all of us would comment like, "Who are you? Who is this kid?
Yeah.
Like, who are you?" Like you can see right through it. And their YouTube is just like, okay, we gotta make our money now. You better not make a video about you. You can't say shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's all about the profits.
That's how YouTube is doing it now. Yes, they're just trying to make the most money at the end of the day. That's it's just what a lot of companies are doing now. It's all about the money. It's not about the customers.
You see a lot of that with Twitch as well.
Yes.
The favorites with the Twitch.
Oh
America's greatest.
Gosh. No, I'm not very familiar when it comes to the Twitch like girl streamers, but all I know is that like they take advantage of their cleavage to like get people to sub and stuff.
Sex sells.
Oh my god! Yeah. Oh, I dropped my controller. Let me just bend and pull my pants up another 18 inches.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, like I don't know if you heard anything about Alinity on Twitch.
I heard of her, but not like specific things.
Okay, she has been notorious. She was the one that like.
A while back, she was throwing her like cats like over her head.
Oh, okay, yes, her cat.
Alcohol and the cat.
Oh my god.
She did that, and she's one of those like, yes, like I show my cleavage a little bit. I make sure my ass is in the air. All that. Yeah, and there's been sort of like rumors that she's had things with like Twitch staff.
Wow.
To where that's why she has not gotten like banned or anything like that. But finally, she accidentally did a nip slip on stream, and
Straight up
finally got her banned.
But here's the thing: she didn't even get banned. They showed that in her chat there was a Twitch staff member watching the stream during that time. It took a couple of days.
Lex even told me that.
Yeah.
I think we were recording, and Lex was like, "Dude, there was a Twitch work." I was like, "What?"
And she didn't get taken. Like it took so long. People like were showing her nip slip on their streams. Were getting banned before she was getting banned, and it just shows like people think that YouTube favorites some of their creators. I mean, they obviously do, but Twitch is so bad.
Everybody does
when it comes to that.
Yeah, it's
so
crazy.
Bad
and then I saw something on Twitter that it showed Pornhub search history, and that was the top search result.
Alinity?
Yes.
Alinity nip slip.
Cody sent that to me.
Yeah, I saw it in a post on Twitter. I was like, "Are you kidding me?
Oh boy.
This is what the world has come to. This is what the world has come to," and it's just like.
Yeah, I remember what you call. Well, I know, of course, Twitch doesn't like this, but you guys, I don't know if you know the comedian Joey Diaz, but he was doing a podcast thing where they were raising money, and of course he doesn't know. He doesn't give a fuck. Some guy donated us like I think $1,500 for like a charity or whatever, and he was like, "This is to make have Joey Diaz show me a ball, like show me a nut." And he was like, "Okay," and then he takes his pants off, and he's like, "Here's a nut, you mother!" And then Twitch was like, "Boom, taking you down." Like boom, like that, and then they were live on YouTube too, and then Tom Segura was like, "Okay, we just got word that Twitch has taken us down because Joey decided to show his balls." Like he goes, "I don't give a fuck what TikTok." He was calling it TikTok. He was like, "Okay, I make TikTok take me down. I don't care."
Yeah,
straight savage. But
it's afraid. Like there's sometimes where in the summertime, I remember last summer I was so afraid to wear a tank top, on stream. They got like, "Oh, am I not allowed?" I think there's an old video.
Too much skin.
Yeah, there's an old video on the channel when I was trying to go for the Clan Red Reserve. It goes to show you how long that was. And I was like, it was around that time when YouTube started to get their terms of service a lot more strict. And I remember I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, am I not allowed to show a nip slip?" And I ripped my shirt off. I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry, am I not allowed to show my nipples? Like I'm a man, I'm not a female. Am I not allowed to show here's my armpit? Uh-oh, there's an armpit. Like what are we doing today? What are we really doing?"
Yeah, everything's so censored.
Doing this right now, Turbo, and I'm laughing my ass off.
No, yeah, guy, what you call it? And it was during the time when I kind of sound like this, but it was still like I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Am I not going to be able to join Red Reserve because I showed a nipple?" Like, uh-oh. Like, damn, like you said, there's people beheading people on YouTube probably, and then we got this. There's porn on Twitch, not Twitter, Twitter. There's porn on Twitter, and I don't even know how that's real. Let me tell you that. I don't know how Twitter gets away with that shit.
Yeah, I don't know. No idea.
Jesus.
I just stop, like, in general, I just stop asking questions on some things because it's just like, I'm going to get a stupid answer or a BS answer. It's just like, it's like, in general, like, you ask somebody a question, you know you're going to get a BS answer or the way around what you're asking. It's just like, why do I even bother asking?
Yeah, by the way, I just searched up that Alinity nip slip. That was crazy. That was something. That was something right there. Yeah, she was like, and you saw her face. She was like, oh my God.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, and then when she tweeted about it, she was like, even if I don't get banned or if I do, I'm taking a break. And I'm just like,
she said,
okay. She's like, I was like, oh my gosh.
You're probably calling the CEO to have some dinner later. So
yeah, basically.
Yeah, she's like, all right, I'm gonna get in touch with this Twitch staff member, not that one. She like,
thank God I already have his number.
Yes. Yeah, because I guess there was also rumors that some Twitch staff got into fights over her.
Like trying to keep her protected.
Probably.
Like relationship-wise.
Yes, like they're fighting over who. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's just I believe me. If she wasn't probably in contact with some people from Twitch, she would have been banned a long time ago. Which it's sad that they have like I get it. Everybody has favorites, but stuff like that.
Now, how long did she, like you said, it took a while. How long after that
did
she get
shit. She didn't end up getting banned. She got suspended for like 3 days. She couldn't stream for 3 days. But I think it was like 2 or 3 days after the nip slip occurred to where she was actually like suspended by Twitch. And she said I'm gonna ban myself, and then they banned her like 2 or 3 days later, or something like that.
I'm gonna ban myself. Well, what are you gonna do? Finger yourself on stream? What are you gonna do?
It would.
She probably.
It wouldn't surprise.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that probably sell a couple of copies on Pornhub, but I think that'll be that's just ridiculous.
Yeah. People now.
It's not even
crazy.
I guess a lot of people get mad at her, and I understand, but at the end of the day, she didn't mean to do it. Like if you watch the video, she's like, "Oh shit!" Like you see her face, she's like, "Uh-oh." But Twitch staff, I looked into like what does it take to be a Twitch staff member, and it is actually incredibly not. It's easy. It's not that hard. Like they don't do it. It's not as like with YouTube, and it's not as like they don't filter through like to be a Twitch staff member. It's honestly not that hard when I was looking through the process. So like it doesn't surprise me that like a lot of with Twitch there's a lot of favorites and favoritism going around because it's not necessarily like when you think of like Twitch staff, I think of like someone that's like looking over. It's not. It's like just normal people who have essentially just I don't know. It's not. It just seemed rigged. It doesn't seem like it's a actual normal business running. It's a lot of sketchy stuff.
No. It's what you call it. I know because I wasn't familiar with a lot of like the ins and outs of like those female Twitch streamers taking advantage of their body for something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like Connor said, sex sells.
And I mean,
yes.
All power to them. I don't necessarily care. I just don't like when like other people do things. Like I don't like the inconsistency, I should say, of the staff like banning other people for this. If you're gonna ban someone for this, then everyone that does that should be banned. It's just a lot of inconsistency.
And I read some of the Twitch terms of service, and it was like they got very specific. I was like, if your skirt isn't whatever the hell, is like real. They're getting this detailed now. Like it's kind of scary for legit. It's kind of scary for legit females who are streaming on this platform that are like, I gotta watch what I wear because of these people taking advantage of it. Like there's clearly, I don't know if there's, I know Alinity's one, but there's like a blonde streamer. I don't know her name, but she like clearly wearing these shorts that just show her ass cracked to the point where it don't stop.
Yeah.
Like how many pens are you dropping, lady? Like are you clumsy?
How many bathroom breaks?
Yeah.
How many times you gotta leave the room?
Yeah. How many times you gotta make sure your door's shut? Like really?
Yeah.
Oops, I didn't shut it all the way. Get one sec.
Let me turn my air conditioner on. Oh, now I'm too hot. Now I'm too cold. Look how sweaty I am. I gotta turn my air conditioner on.
Yeah.
They're working their way through the system, and it's paying off, which I just hate how...
Oh, right now is a streamer's wet dream on Twitch.
Yes,
it's insane.
Gaming right now is banking. Like, streaming, YouTube, all that is just doing very well right now with this coronavirus.
Pokimane doesn't fall into that category, does she?
No, she doesn't show her, like, she's fully clothed. She doesn't, like, show herself. She wears, I guess, tight-fitting clothes.
Yeah, outfits she wears though, Kyle.
But
I mean, there's been some streams where it's
I know, but it's not to the extent to where it's TOS. It's just tight-fitting clothing, which it's like leggings. She wears a lot of leggings. But a lot of her content isn't just based on like I'm just selling my body. A lot of her stuff, she plays games. She does a lot of different things. It's not just. I guess some of the stuff she does maybe that, but.
I don't know. I really don't watch a lot of female.
Or the ones that.
Neither do I.
I forgot to turn my stream off.
I just like to keep up on the drama, of the Twitch drama and stuff like that.
Hey, it's Killer Keemstar.
Oh my gosh, that. Yeah.
I muted him on Twitter a long time ago. I cannot. When he was saying, like, when he started making those tweets like, just don't do YouTube anymore. That's it. You can't make it. Just stop. I was like, fuck you and your gnome beard.
Yeah, it's mixed feelings about Keemstar.
He's not like Keemstar. Keemstar makes legit. Like, I think even Jeffree Star even said at one point, like, she was actually interviewed by Chris Hansen because she was, like, helping with a case or whatever, and she even said, I'm happy I'm doing this with you because there's other drama channels, and you, of course, know who she's talking about,
yeah.
And it's like, you know, Keemstar uses the story for his own revenue. He uses the story. He doesn't help the person. He uses it and he stretches it out. He
trying to get the most money.
Exactly, and I think of course he knows people sees it. He uses that image now.
He sees the views that he gets from like over the hyperbole of his content.
I remember when there was like Mionite drama from Syndicate and them. I remember when there was Mionite drama on there, like way back in Advanced Warfare, and I was like, okay, this guy might have something there. But then once he started getting into, I forgot who this guy is. If you know his name, you're nuts. It was like this Irish guy. He had like green hair or something, and
Asher?
Yo, you're fucking crazy. Asher.
Because I was gonna bring that up.
Dude,
he ruined his life.
He ruined his life. That was the first story that broke him in the community of like he's a legit he is a reliable source for the stories. Like the stories he does talk about, they are true. They're not fake. So, but he just uses it to his own like growth and like it's like that dude. That I remember the interview. He was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I was like, oh my god, this dude's about to break.
Yeah.
He just made a video. He's about to lose his house and everything. He's back.
He's still going through shit?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
It never stopped.
He's still going through... Well, wasn't the whole
thing...
thing...
It all started with Sky Does Minecraft, because he started his own company, whatever he did, and they did background checks. His came out with all that shit, and he brought it up, and then Killer Keemstar took it to the next level and, like, said stuff... He like made it worse than what it actually was, and it ruined Basher. Absolutely ruined his life.
Dude, that is I cannot believe you remember that, dude. I forgot. All I remember was his voice and that one girl he was dating with the rainbow hair. I don't want to do this anymore. I want to just go away. Like, dude, like.
Yeah, and he does it time and time again. Like he'll get these stories aren't wrong. But when he has rumors, he says they're rumors, but then the way he, like, talks about it and says it, you know he's, like, trying to stretch it. But he prefaces it, he goes, no, I'm not stretching the truth or anything, but... And then he stretches the truth.
He's just scum. YouTube scum.
He pretty much... I mean, that type of content. I mean, that's like that type
He
of
uses people
content.
to his advantage.
Yeah,
Get
you're
him
using
views.
other people's negativity to
Yeah, you're
gain
using
your
other
own
people's
positivity.
problems to gain your
Uh,
own. Yeah.
I remember the whole Tfue and FaZe situation.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he milked the hell out of that.
We found the copies of the lawsuit.
Yes, he made so many videos on that, and I remember him tweeting out about like there was a bunch of drama going on then, and he's like, "Oh, a lot of drama. It's a good month for me," and I'm just
And
like,
it's not a good position to be in, you know.
No.
Like in I don't know if you guys ever been involved in like main drama in like whatever. And this is the zombies community, but I don't know if you guys remember the Turbot whole shit that happened with ZWI.
Yes,
No.
you were. Yes, I remember hearing about that. I remember,
Dude,
yeah, the whole rumor
like
going around.
there was like videos being made of me. Like when I was at the end of the day, I even explained on the podcast. At the end of the day, it was my uncle putting like because he does like all these things in like international stock rooms and stuff and chat rooms. He literally just put my link in the chat room and said vote for Turbo, and that's it. He didn't know what the fuck he was doing. He didn't even know what I was going to LA for. And people were like, he's using these websites to get these votes. I'm like, I don't even know how to. If I wanted to bot, you would have to show me how. Like I have no fucking clue how to do it, but it's like that whole thing. It's not fun. I remember talking to Jack after that. I was like, that's it. My reputation's ruined. Blah, blah. And that's why if you go on, and Jose and MC Sports are cool. They're like, Turbo, we know he didn't bot. We know you. We know what the fuck you're doing. And that's why if you go onto WC's Twitter yesterday, they said, "Uh-oh, is this a stroll poll? Turbo, we need your help." I was like, "Hey, PTSD."
Oh,
I gotcha.
That's why.
Okay.
The main ZWC is bringing it back up again. They don't care.
I remember. Yeah, when I saw that, I was a little bit confused. Now that you just put two and two together, that makes more sense now. Oh, okay, yeah, because I remember hearing about that, and then I was like, okay, Turbo. Yeah, I remember you talking about this on a podcast, I think.
Yeah, and the video made against me was from Ninja Nation Gaming and RH, and all three of them were at ZWC too, and my father was there. And my father watched that video because he knew what my family was doing to try to get me to win, and my father went up to Ninja Nation Gaming and he was like, that wasn't good what you did to my son. That wasn't nice. Well, why'd you do? And he was like, oh, well, you know, we kind of just gotta get the story out. My father was like, nah, you kind of didn't. You didn't have to do it. And I was like, yeah. I was like, okay, Dad, okay. I was like, okay. I didn't even know he did that. We were in the hotel. He was like, yeah, I went up to that guy. I was like, oh, you're gonna get me fucked. You're gonna get me in trouble. They're gonna bring me back home. They're gonna buy me a flight back home early.
There's gonna be a video up. Turbo's dad confronted me. Yeah, confronted and harassed me about the video I made about it.
I think my dad got more like publicity than I did at that fucking event. Like if you go back and watch that event, you see my father walk in with his like tank top on, just walking around. He's like, "What are we doing here? Like, what's going on? What are we doing?" And he was watching me lose miserably in Shadows of Evil, and he was like, Turbo, you're doing great, because he just thought the rounds meant something.
Yeah.
He thought the higher the round, the better you're doing. He didn't know what an Easter egg speed run was. He was like, what's an egg? What's the egg? And he was if you look at the stream, I remember there's just him sitting, walking around, because ZWI was hot. There was no air conditioning, so he was just walking with like his tank top on, and he was like, all right, well, how long is this fucking thing? I'm about to leave. I'm like, all right, Dad, you can leave. I gotta stay. You leave.
That's cool. I really like that how your dad went out to that event.
Well, yeah, he kind of had to, because at the time I couldn't get. Yeah, I had. They were like, if you're under 18. At that time, I was turning. No, I was. I think I was exactly 8. Yeah, I was exactly 18. One more year, I could have went by myself, but I was like, I know my mom wouldn't have gave a. Well, she would have gave a shit, but I felt like I would have had to like tag my mom along if that's to make sense. But my dad, that whole trip though, I'm sorry to bring this whole into this, but like. But that whole trip was really crazy. That was like the first like main event that really showcased me, like Turbo. Like I feel like no one really knew who the fuck I was before ZWC2. Really, like a handful of people like knew who I was before ZWC2, and I will forever, ever, like even in my stand-up career, I will forever thank FC Sports Talk and Jose and everybody involved in ZWC2 who just gave me that platform. I miss ZWC2. That was a great time.
Yeah, I remember watching a lot of videos and stuff on it. It looked like it was a fun time.
I'm interested. I'm hoping they're gonna do something like that in the just a zombies event where it's a bunch of zombies. The zombies community gets back together and do that.
I mean, I'll say this because I love this podcast so much. I'll say so. We'll give it a little piece of info that only lucky people hear right now. They are working on something. I've been in Jose text me. They were like, hey, would you want to do a turbo online challenge on the website? So they're wanting to get the website back together. They're wanting to work on some stuff because, of course, it's everyone and their mother's coming back now for zombies that you see on.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah. I don't know what it is, but everybody's coming back to zombies
nothing else to do.
Yeah,
Quarantine.
Well, not that, but all three of us have been going back to BO3. We did the Origins Easter eggs.
We did BO2 as well.
Yeah, we did
going back for all of them.
And it's the same thing I said. Same thing I said to Pat Smith Plays in the podcast. I said to him, I was like, and that was a podcast where I even told Jack, I was like, because I want to talk about how it literally this time around, and not even for casual players that just want to play the game again, how all of a sudden these small zombie YouTubers, or just in general these other YouTubers who I personally know, that are just coming back only when the times are good. And I said I really want to tell X-Pac, because him too plays, is coming back now to zombies when things are going good. And I even asked him on the podcast, I was like, do you think it's kind of like a shit move, and it's really unfortunate for the people to stick around more? And he pretty much gave not the safe answer, because he really did open up a lot, and we really appreciate that from him. But he kind of gave the answer of it was it's gonna happen, and Audacity, as long as you've been in the community and everybody, it happens every year. BO4 came along, this is my year, I'm gonna start grinding, and then they stop in the month. So it's it's a bunch of those, and I'm seeing it now. I just saw my man Hagen post, I'm back, and I really hope
he sticks with it.
The thing you can only do right now is you need to just wish them luck. And then that's just it, there was someone who today I was talking to, and he was like, yeah, this dude just asked me to edit his video. I was like, what? I was like, he's asking you to edit his video when he just decides to come and go when he wants, just because he wants to grow, and he knows he fucked up by quitting, and now he's asking you to edit for him? No, let him put in the fucking work. Who the fuck does he think he is? Really, and we're going to be seeing a ton of more people start to pop up.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm ready for BO5. I'm ready to get a trailer with that.
It's not. I'm
sorry. Okay. Sorry. The next
I make them. I just say that too. I just say BO5 too. I know it's probably not. I know it's probably confirmed now. It's not called BO5. I just say that to be safe.
It's just a habit, because we're on BO. We just got to go BO4. It went from BO1
because during BO2, I remember during BO2 telling my friend, I think it was Vinny, I was like, imagine a BO4. and now look, we got BO4.
I'm just ready for zombies in that, because I'm really hoping zombies is gonna I'm really hoping they go back to the OG perks. They bring some stuff from BO4, some of the mechanics, and then they do some of the mechanics from BO3, just combine them into one, the goods of both, and just an all-around good.
I think they have to. I think if they, I feel like if they don't do at least the perk system they change, or the point system they change, if they don't do anything like that, what did you really learn then? Did you not learn anything from last year? They gotta do something to make it more feel I said this to multiple people, even I made sure I said it on Zombros. Why the fuck would Treyarch decide to take away the most OG perks and stuff like that when they're finishing the Ether storyline? They're finishing the Ether story. I get it if you wanted to implement that in the Chaos storyline. I get it. But if you're changing the whole game up when you're deciding to finish a 10+ year story,
Yeah,
like
I know.
no. Like what? Like well, honestly, what would they do? And they were definitely doing Taz of Acid. They were definitely
I
doing
was waiting for
something.
that.
What were you doing?
That and because I understand kind of just a little bit, but not all the way on why they took it out. They wanted to eliminate the crutch perks. Obviously, Jug is an essential.
Everybody's using Dying Wish.
Yeah, I know.
So
Dying Wish. Yeah, they took one out and just put one back in, so that, but they made it worse. Like it.
Yeah, we had more. We pretty much had like not more clutch perks, but they were still in the game.
Yes.
You know, like I don't think anybody's gonna say, "Oh, I'm gonna use this perk that spawns a wolf to like just kill all my zombies." Because if you're trying to do high rounds and stuff, yeah, you're not gonna use it. But then you're gonna go back and get another perk that you're not gonna really like. I literally just re-downloaded before again today. And what happened?
Oh,
Connor.
Sorry,
One sec.
my thing came unplugged.
Okay.
But I remember downloading BO4 again today, and looking at the perks, and I'm like, yeah, I rarely use anything else besides Dying Wish, Stamina Up, Deadshot Daiquiri, and then that fourth perk is the one I usually play around with. But that's usually like the like what's that perk that kind of replaced Widow's Wine? The ice one, whatever that is, the whatever that.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
when
yeah,
zombies hit you, they turn.
That's I usually use that one. If it's not PhD Slider, that's the fourth one I usually play around with. But the three perks, they're usually the same.
Yeah,
you know, like so it's like I don't know what they would. I really like my main things I expect to see in the first game I play is I want to have the same point system like it was in World at War all the way to BO3, where it's not just like you get points for the damage you do. I want the point system back. I would love to see our OG perks come back because they didn't make no storyline of why they were gone, so they can easily add it back in. The perk system I would love back. The way you can like the way you can instead of having to put secret sauce on, you can if you go down and you didn't like the 4 perks you had on that game, you can go buy other perks instead of having just 4 machines on the map.
It's very limiting.
It's very limiting, and I don't know what they thought, and that doesn't make you want to replay the game. And replayability, you know, like the maps itself. I hate when people give the maps itself the harsh time because I feel like if any of the maps in BO4 or in the BO3 engine, they would have been a success. You know, like I feel like any one of those maps, probably excluding 1 or 2, like the remakes or whatever. But like, I just don't know. I mean, like yeah, that change could have came with the Chaos storyline, but you were still finishing up a storyline we had for 11 years almost. So what was the point?
It just seemed like they were trying to fix something that wasn't broken.
Yes. Okay, so Turbo, do you think the storyline is going to continue in the next COD?
I hope
the Ether storyline is.
I mean, the Ether storyline of what we know it with those crews, I don't think so. I think they legitimately are done. However, do I think they should? And I even made a big video on this saying like this is what I really think could help Call of Duty Zombies is if they stuck in the Ether world. Like I remember there was a literal Activision Zombies team Q&A post that probably you guys remember where one of the questions were, is this the legit end? And they were even saying we're working very hard right now, finishing up this next game. However, they even said in the I will very much find that fucking line where they say in writing in bold, the Ether world is a very large universe. Who knows what we can do with it? So that just goes and says right there. I would love to have a different crew in the Ether universe, so you don't have to replace monkey bombs with a fucking little troll doll. You know, you don't have the monkey. You don't have to, add different like god machines. Like keep the stuff that we always love zombies. However, the story could be so different. Yeah, we already know there's a multiverse, just like Marvel has a multiverse where they could probably be a ton of Iron Mans in many like the comic books. Where I remember it being a little kid and seeing like Spider-Man in a costume that wasn't the blue and red. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, this ain't Spider-Man. Like, this isn't my stuff. What is it? But I didn't know about the multiverses, and I had no clue. I really think BO5 should definitely, or whatever, for Vietnam, I definitely think this next zombies should they should have something involving the ether world in it with a different crew, different storyline. However, would I be mad if I saw them continue chaos? No, I really wouldn't. However, go back to the OG stuff that made us fall in love with zombies in the first place that they took away in BO4. If they end up saying, "Oh well, it's not the universe," too fucking bad. You dug yourself in that hole to where, okay, now you want it. Okay, the perk machines are different. Okay, give us the Juggernog, the Juggernog bottle, and whatever the Juggernog. Give us a Juggernog statue at this point. It doesn't have to be the machine because that's ether. But just give us Juggernog, the statue. Just give it a perk. Like the and the way pack up so that means if we get those again, we don't have to pack a punch our gun 4 times with double tap. We don't have to get all the perks for speed, cola. Like we don't have to have that, you know?
Yes, because like it was like with asking the max damage on BO4, we didn't know that. They had to tell us that you had to pack it 4 times to get max damage for that weapon, which is absolutely crazy. Like who would have ever thought of that? But I do have to say though, there is some things from BO4 that they did add into the game that made that I wish they would bring over into the next COD, like Carpenter repairing your shields.
Yes, that was a great yes.
Max ammo, fully doing your gun, like
you don't have to reload. I didn't mind that at all.
And then like with me personally, my internet doesn't like when we pause the game. I'm at the frozen screen for pausing, but like you can pause the game.
Yeah, co-op freezing. Yeah.
Yes, like like with me when like Kyle would pause the game, my internet is so crappy that it would freeze the screen. But no, like just how they added pausing in to where like, oh, quick bathroom breaks instead of having someone train the zombie around the entire time, you could pause it.
That was great.
It was awesome.
Yes, I do believe that BO4 did add a few good things into the game. Like it wasn't I personally I enjoyed it. It's one of the games I actually have more playtime hours on than some of the other CODs. But they did screw up on some things, but they did also have some really good things they added. So I really wish when people look back at BO4, they do have to not just hate on the game because it was just they hated on like the perks and all that, but it did add some good positives into the game, is what I'm trying to say here.
No, but that, and then you know what's funny? There is a fan base for BO4 too. However, when they try to show their love for BO4, there's a ton of negatives that the other side brings up that they're tired of just explaining themselves like that. Maybe you just love, and that's why I try to tell people too. That's why I'm not. I rarely talk about like leaks or whatever happens because at this point in time, I am so done with physically getting tired of having to explain yourself on why this is and why it should be. My whole thing now is let me see the trailer, let me play the game, then I'll give my opinion. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna make myself so stressed out and to the point of me getting tired of the game before the game coming out. Like it's just no. Like I used to like during BO. And this was everybody. I feel like in the beginning of BO3, the launch of like the trailers of Shadows of Evil stuff like that. I feel like the lead up to BO3. Everybody. I remember Milo making videos of the Shadows of Evil trailer we got in July all the way up to September, finding stuff that we didn't even see in the he decrypted that trailer that I don't think a pixel missed him. He looked at every pixel of that trailer. He saw the what'd you call it? He saw the pods, like those pods in Shadows before anybody else did. He saw the gobble gum that originally cloned you, like in plain sight, originally cloned you to 3 people, but then originally in the game it just made you like zombie blood. Like he saw all those things, and that's the type of dedication that's the reason why probably Milo took a break this year, because we're just all tired of it. You know, at this point in time, with the Treyarch being cryptic, we're kind of done with the being cryptic and keeping stuff from us. Yes, give us little Easter eggs, of course, make it fun, but to the point where we have to wait 18 years to hear the history of Pack-a-Punch, it's a little like, okay, now come on.
Sometimes there's times to be cryptic and there's times to be transparent.
Yes.
And Treyarch, they've mixed. They shouldn't be doing a lot of the cryptic and a lot more. They should be doing a lot more with the transparency on a lot of their stuff. But yeah.
Yes, I'm hoping that, like, with this next COD, they would listen to some of the things that the fans and the zombies community wants in the game. I'm really hoping that, like you said, just bring back the stuff we want, what we've always loved. I don't know why, like, after 4 CODs or 3, after 4 zombies, they decided to change it. I don't know why they decided after zombies being the same for 4 different CODs that they would change it in one of the last ones. But
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. They, like you said, Turbo, they must have been doing.
They must have been smoking something good.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But
I'm
just have my fingers crossed.
Yep.
Fingers crossed for the next.
The only thing we can do is hope. But we're probably coming up on about 2 hours now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we are at an
Holy
hour
cow.
40 at the moment. Time, I haven't even been looking at the time. Time's actually been flying by. I mean, we've had such good conversation. It doesn't even feel like to be honest.
Those are the best podcasts too. I remember a ton of times where the last podcast, Jack was like, "What's been your favorite one?" Just before the 100, I was like, to be honest with you, I could say whenever we had a good guest on, but it's the podcast where you just laying back and you're not even trying to talk about stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's just flowing. And this has been a great time, guys. It's really, you guys got something good going here.
Well, thank you very much.
I appreciate that.
And we want to thank you so much for coming on the podcast today.
Yes.
It means a lot.
My pleasure. Anytime.
It means a lot to us.
Hit me up anytime, please.
Yeah, we sure will.
And Turbo, would you like to take it away from here? And you can plug anything you want in the description. Plug anything you want right
people, listen, like guys, just my YouTube channel, the YouTube, just type in Turbo, you'll see the fucking snail still, but I hate that snail. But yeah, no, Turbo on YouTube, bringing you a ton of just funny comedy, zombie, anything you want to see that brings a laugh and a smile to your face. That's the type of content you'll be seeing. Guys, thank you so much for watching the Friendzone podcast. I'm gonna go and get friendzoned again, and I will. When do you guys have another episode? When do you guys usually have another episode?
Saturday.
We're gonna have one.
Saturday. So come Saturday for another episode of the Friendzone podcast, and I will see you, sexy bastards, later.
See you guys.
Peace out, guys.
See you guys.